Hey everyone, so we were discussing about usability design in software application chapter 4. We'll discuss today unit 4. Unit 4 is basically UX research and research techniques that we need to study basically. And like we have discussed unit 1, 2 and 3. I hope you are all are my regular viewers who have watched all these 3 units and like come after that, not skipping any unit. So in this unit we are going to study what is a user UX research. Basically UX means is user experience. User experience, you can say. Experience. Yeah, so user experience, it's not UE, it's UX. Understand this. If you are like completely basics to it, you don't know the basics. User experience stands for UX. It's just a term. Okay, so let's start. In user research, UX research, user experience research, there are four things. Four things. Okay, four. The first is understand the user. Who are the user, bro? Who are basically the users? The goal. What are the goal of the user? If you have understand the user, what are its goal? The context. What the user is currently doing in his life or anything. The context basically. And the environment. What environment the user is in, or what environment the user will be gonna be, and you need to develop a solution according to that environment only. These are the four things that are essential for a user experience. So Harsh, tell me one thing. We have studied about UI, that is user interface, and you are explaining UX, that is user experience. So what are the difference between a user interface and a user experience? Good question actually. So what we need to do, let's see what Copilot gives us a solution. Let's test it. Let's go to ChatGPT and ask it what is the difference between UI and UX. Let's see what it gives us. You'll understand it. Basically UI is how it looks, like the buttons, colors, etc. But UX is how it works and feels. The reason why I have ChatGPT it is that to explain this process only. In the UI you can see there's a black theme, etc., multiple thing. But in UX I have written something and it's given me a result. So it's usable. You can see the usability is clear. I have written something, I have written my problem, it has given me the solution. So the UX part, this is the UX part only. If this should be, if this will be like widescreen, that means the UI is not good. But if it gives me the result, then only the UX is good. The UX is only your experience, your usability, your satisfaction. Like they are kind of a similar thing. It's just works and feels. It's like if this, you can see now, if this background thing, if I can do it, if this background will be white, then also my work will be like completely I can do the work. There should not be any problem with the work. So I can't say the UX is not good. I can say the UI might be improved using the white, like making it a dark theme background or anything like that. So this is the example of UX. UX is basically a user experience. So let's stick to the topic. What is basically UX research? Let's move to that. So basically UX is experience or research. User experience research is a systematic objective. What do you say? It's a systematic objective study of target user to understand their needs, behaviors, goals and motivations. Assume this ignore this one that has written there. So basically it's a objective study for the target user to understand what are their needs, behaviors, goals and motivations. The primary purpose of UX is to inform design decisions and real world data with real world data. For example, there are certain kind of people who works at night, and we are designing an application with, with all the like buttons, all the things light themed. Though it's a UI issue, but how you understand it's a UI issue? You need to first know that the user is working at night. This is the research. You need to know what the user is doing. You need to understand their behavior, their persona. What is the most of the time the user is like using his computer or the software at night? So you need to make it dark theme. These are the decisions you need to take using, these are the real world data or decisions you need to take, and this is called user experience research. So what are the things, Harsh, what are the keys where we can understand, we can focus on like UI research? What are the things? So first, understand the user. Who are the user? Understand the demographics like age, education, technical skill, experience, whether you are like making it for a serious senior citizen, like low tech confidence, like visual impairments, everything. It's completely different from like 20 years financial student. Like you need to understand who gonna use your software, understand the user, go through their like lifestyle, what they are doing. This is called understand the user. Understand their goal, what do they actually want. Like for example, of understanding the user, designing a banking app for senior citizen requires a deep understanding for potential low tech confidence, because they don't have an idea of like technological or vision impairments. You need to like also think about of for understanding their goals, what they want. For a user, goal is not to like use a search bar. Their goal is to find the last exam paper as fast as possible. So understanding their real goal, like I'm a student and I need to want a previous year question. So I just don't no need a search bar. I just need an option where just I click and I got the last year paper or anything. So this is a real goal. So it enhances the speed, accuracy, and like better search feature, etc. So this is based on their goals. You need to understand what are their goals. Then understand the context to use. What is the example of a context? Context means a person using a maps app is likely driving or walking or multitasking, basically under stress, obviously in a noisy environment. This context demands a simple interface, large fonts, and clear voice guided instruction, not a complex menu. You are understanding, I think. So these are the things. Basically you need to understand the context. What are the context the user while using this is about the circumstances surrounding of the user to interact with the product. These are the things. The fourth and the last thing is understanding the environment of use. Means, for example, you can say it's similar to the context, but focus more on physical and technical surrounding. Physical surrounding is that they are they like in bright sunlight, so that requires a high contrast screen, or in a dark room, anything. Or technical means what device they are using, either phone or mobile. So basically whether it's responsive, they want a responsive website or not, how fast or how reliable the internet connection is, or internet speed connection should fail in rural areas, how should we tackle that. So these are the environmental use of it. So by understanding all the 4 points, you can do a user research, like user experience research, and you can make a report, and based on this report only you can take certain decisions that we have discussed in previous unit. So this is the thing that we have discussed, the first part, UX research. Then we need to understand the research techniques. Harsh, you have clearly mentioned, and you have also, I think, understood also what is a UX research. So what are the techniques we need to study to make this research? So there are a few techniques. First is contextual inquiry. Contextual, as the name suggests, it requires a context. Okay, a context means ki, for example, I am making a software for a hospital. So if I'm making a software for a hospital, and if I'm making a AI based software, And if the first thing is I go to the hospital, I'll and like talk to the doctor or anyone who owns the hospital, or the owner, anyone, that I have an application that can solve this of your problem. This is not a contextual inquiry. This is just we'll know about it. So according to conceptual inquiry, what I think I need to do, I need to go to the hospital. This is me. I have gone to the hospital. I studied how the procedure, how everything is going there. It's basically a hybrid research method that combines observation and interviewing. Mainly observation. Interviewing only when you need to clarify something. Only on that. So the researcher goes to the actual environment, their office, home, or we can say context, observes them, then perform normal task. So instead of just asking the user what do they want, because if there is also a case when the user doesn't even know I want something, the user doesn't understand anything, the user is just a guy who don't even know what are its problem. You need to identify the problem. This is powerful because the user often forget the real world habits, create workarounds, don't realize what they are doing. The researcher acts as a apprentice, or like user is a master of the work. The research observes, asks clarifying questions as the action happens. So you need to understand what the user need, what are the problems. For like example, a research team for a new medical software might go to the hospital, watch the nurse what is like doing with the patients. You can see how it admits a patient. They would see the nurse get interrupted, write a note on a sticky pad, like because the system is too slow and anything. So you can like make a system that can automate this, or that can make this or better. So these are the examples that you need to understand. This is the first research technique, that is contextual inquiry. The second thing is user interview. Directly go to the user one-on-one and ask everything if they want something. So this is basically user interview on one-on-one quantitative research method. Researcher should like has a conversation with the user to gain deep insights, their attitude, their belief, their experience with and their pain points, everything. So this is like you can ask open-ended questions. So this is like you can have interviews as a structured interview. The researchers follow a script of questions. Unstructured, free-flowing conversation, like semi-structured, like the researcher should guide any key topics, like you have mentioned you are frustrating, can you tell me more about it and go deeper. So this type of interviews they can have. So this is called a user interview method or technique. The third and the last technique is competitive analysis. If someone is doing anything, like for example, if you can say have example, Pepsi has like developed their cold drink brand, and Tata has seen their competition is growing, so they have also made a cold drink brand called Campa or jo bhi hai. So this is according, they haven't gone to the user, or might be they have gone, but the major thing is that they have understood their problem, like their competitors of it. So the competitors also teach you many things, how they are doing things, how they are lacking, what their distribution network is. So after understanding the competitors is a systematic evaluating and comparing user experience of the competitor product against your own. It's not just a simple feature by feature list, it's an analysis how competitors solve some like same usability problems you are facing. So you can like do that also. For example, the competitors like Swiggy and Zomato, so they define tasks like searching a product or checkout workflow, sign-in process. So like they can make a UX good, bad, or anything. So they can analyze everything. This is a competitive analysis or UX thing. So the third thing is okay. So we have studied about yahan tak competitive analysis and UX. So the topics ends here. The next topic is scenario and persona techniques. This is a completely different topic. Scenario and persona techniques. So scenario and persona are similar type of thing. Scenario and persona, these are the artifacts, communication tools basically created by the research data. Means you have research data, and based on that you can create scenarios and personas. Okay, so what is persona? Persona is a fictional, not yet realistic archetype. For example, you have a persona that there is some guy. Like if I sell a chewing gum brand, let's Chew Chew now. You can say the brand is Chew Chew, and you want to sell it to a guy named Rahul. So Rahul is a child, so it should be like child. A child can eat this, no like side effect of it. There must be like I am thinking of a someone Rahul of age 5 or 10 or more is eating that. So I have made a persona that there might be a fictional character Rahul whose age is more than 10, so I should make a product. It should be eaten after like age of 10, and it should be mentioned in the product label also. So this is the persona where you need to like imagine a complete different user, a complete actual user, and based on the user you are like doing things like taking decisions, basically doing interview. You can get the data from interview or observation. These are the things basically we have already discussed about this. Persona typically includes photo, name, demographics, their age, occupation, what are their goals, frustration or the pain points that you like. The college website is too slow, hard to navigate on mobile. These are the pain points. The code, or anything like that. I can get back to study, or I cannot find the syllabus, anything. So you can make a solution according to this persona. The B is scenarios. A scenario is a short narrative story that describes a persona using a product to like archive a specific goal or in a specific context. For example, you can say if a persona is the who, the scenario provides what, where, why and how. It links the persona with the product by describing the real life situation. You can start with a persona Rohan to like put them in the context or environment. Is in the bus or college and realizes, give him a goal or motivation. He needs to check his class for today is cancelled or not. Describe the action. He pulls out his phone, opens a new college app and taps today's timeline and sees cancel notice in red. So this, like in this 4 steps, it has given me a idea that there is a new college app that can do this type of stuff. So it's like a story that I have prepared, and in this story only the persona was of Rahul. Rahul is the persona here. Rahul was the persona here. The persona is been linked with a situation, and in the situation only we link our new college app. We are displaying how our solution is helpful according to this scenario using the persona. This is called scenario. I hope you understand it. The next thing is why it is used. So why it is used basically. Okay, hope it's clear. Why it is used. Scenario are just a direct bridge to design and everything. You can say it's used for usability testing, basic testing, or the task you need to do. You can perform everything. So these are the unit 4 that we have studied. Unit 4 has completed. In the next lecture we'll complete the final video, unit 5. Hope you all like the video. Thank you for your time and support. Okay, thank you.